The myth of the morning routine. Here's what actually helps. Hey, Mama. Welcome back to Business Babies and Burnout, the unfiltered podcast for mamas building businesses without burning out. I'm Cece, a mama digital business mentor and burnout survivor. Today, I want to talk about morning routines, or more specifically, the myth of the perfect morning routine. Because if you have ever felt like you were already behind before your day even started, this episode is for you. Morning routines are often positioned as the key to success. Wake up early, do all the things. Start the day calm, focused, and productive. But for many moms, that version of a morning routine is simply not realistic. And trying to force it often creates more stress than support. So let's talk about what actually helps. First, let's name the myth. The myth is that successful people all have structured, predictable, uninterrupted mornings. The myth is that if you could just wake up earlier, everything would fall into place. The myth is that your day is ruined if your morning does not go as planned. For moms, especially default parents, this is not only unrealistic, it is unfair. Children do not run on schedules. Sleep is unpredictable. Needs arise without warning. You can have the best intentions and still wake up to chaos. That does not mean you are doing something wrong. It means you are a mom. The problem with the morning routine myth is that it sets a standard most moms cannot meet. And when you cannot meet it, you internalize failure. You start the day already feeling behind. What actually helps is not a perfect routine. It is a supportive anchor. An anchor is something that grounds you even when the morning goes off the rails. It is not time-based. It is intention-based. Instead of asking, what is my morning routine? Ask this. What is one thing that helps me feel more regulated in the morning? For some mamas, that might be 5 minutes of quiet. For others, it might be a deep breath before picking up your phone. For some, it might be movement or hydration. It does not have to look impressive. It has to feel supportive. Another thing that helps is releasing the all or nothing mindset. If you miss your routine, that does not mean the day is ruined. You can reset at any point. After breakfast, after nap time, after school drop off, after dinner. The day is not lost because the morning was messy. Regulation can happen later. What also helps is designing mornings around reality, not ideals. If your child wakes up early, your routine needs to account for that. If your mornings are loud, your routine should not depend on silence. If your energy is low, your routine should not require intensity. Support comes from meeting yourself where you are, not where you wish you were. Another important piece is separating identity from routine. You are not disciplined or undisciplined based on how your morning goes. Your worth is not determined by how productive your first hour was. Morning routines are tools, not tests. They are meant to serve you, not evaluate you. For business building mamas, this matters even more. If you believe the day is already a failure before you start working, you are less likely to show up with clarity and confidence. What helps instead is building gentle transitions. A transition is a moment that signals to your body that you are shifting roles, from mom mode to work mode, from caregiving to creating. This might happen during nap time. It might happen after school drop off. It might happen in the evening. Transitions matter more than timing. A simple transition could be closing one app and opening another, changing rooms, taking 3 deep breaths. These small cues tell your nervous system it is safe to focus. Another helpful shift is releasing comparison. Just because someone else thrives with a 2-hour morning routine does not mean that is what you need. Your life is different. Your capacity is different. Your priorities are different. Success does not require copying someone else's rhythm. It requires honoring your own. If mornings are chaotic for you, that does not disqualify you from building a business or creating momentum. It simply means your structure might live elsewhere in the day, and that is allowed. Here is the truth. Consistency does not come from perfect mornings. It comes from flexible systems that adapt when life happens. If you want to build something sustainable, your routines must flex. They must expand and contract with your season. That is not failure. That is wisdom. If you feel pressure around mornings, I want you to ask yourself this: what expectation am I carrying that does not fit my life? What would feel supportive instead of impressive? What could I simplify? You do not need to win the morning to have a good day. You need to feel grounded, supported, and safe enough to take the next step. That can happen at any hour. If you need support creating routines and rhythms that actually fit your life right now, there is something waiting for you inside the Balanced Mom Boss Hub. And if you love this episode, send it to a mama who needs to hear this. Talk soon, mama.